Alright, what we got here is a 30 horse Mercury. It's a 99 model. It's on my 16-foot Carolina skiff. This ain't no Carolina skiff. It's on my Sea Arc. Been a real good boat. Yeah, I had the floor welded up. Went to put it in the Broad River, and she started up just fine. We rode around for a while, pulled up the dock, went and put the trailer in the water. Came back, did something I never ever do, and that's untie without the engine running. She wouldn't start. So you had to trolling motor to get to the trailer. Luckily I had that on the boat at the time. So anyway, I'll walk you through how I figured out what the problem was. And again, this is not a how-to video. This is my problem. This is what I did to find it, and this is what I did to fix it. Hopefully it'll help you out. So first thing you want to do is check your battery connections. My battery connections were fine. Took the cowling off when I got home, which is this piece. Anyway, I could hear the relay clicking, and so I thought it was a starter. Now you got these relays here, you need to kind of get them out of the way so you can get to the starter relay slash solenoid. That's this thing right here. Now I could hear this clicking, so I know I'm getting power to it. This is your starter wire, the yellow wire with the red stripe. So I knew this was getting power, but the starter here was not engaging. So I took a boost box and I unhooked that wire right there. This is the wire that goes to the starter. And I grounded my boost box here, and I put the hot wire on the boost box here. Starter engaged. Okay, so what's going on here? So then I went and got a power probe. If you don't have one of these, it really helps out. So that's my starter wire. I want to engage, or we want to engage it. So we want to try to activate it. So we want to hit the button on the power probe. It's just clicking. I'm like, okay, so it's working. So, okay, so I checked here. 12 volts. I went over here, pushed the button. Ah, the starter turned. Alright, so what's going on? So then I had my helper, because I can't reach the key and be back here at the same time. Had my helper turn the key. The solenoid clicked and engaged, but no power on the outgoing side. So I said, okay, that's the problem. So I ordered one. So now I'm going to show you how to take it off. So the first thing you want to do is disconnect your positive battery terminal. So then what you want to do is you want to get these relays out of your way. And you have a bolt here, it's 10 millimeter. And you have these here, which I believe are 8 millimeter, and then these are 10 millimeter. So we want to take these wires off, and then these wires off, and then that bolt. I'm going to try to do this while watching through the monitor. We got our 8 millimeter. Well, let's take the... Alright, so we got our 11 millimeter. We're going to take these off. Now remember, we've already unhooked our battery. Probably wondering why I have blood coming out of my fingernail. Well, because I'm a dumbass. And I slammed it in my truck door this morning. And woo, did it hurt. Man, when I drilled that hole into it to relieve the pressure, oh man, did that feel good. Now whenever it builds up pressure, it just leaks. But it doesn't hurt near as bad anymore. And that's what it's all about. And I got the 8mm. I'm going to take these loose. And that was very bad. Now we're going to take our 10mm. Take our 10mm. I'm going to take this. There's two of these. You got one up here and then one down here. The one down here requires a U-joint to get it out, and I don't have it handy. But anyway, there's two. Alright. You get the bottom one out, and that's your solenoid. Like I said, I've already had this out once. So I'm going to find that nut that fell down in there, and I'll bring you back. And putting it on is just opposite of taking it off, so there's no need to bore you with that. Okay, for those playing along at home, they want to know how I got that bottom bolt loose. I happen to have one of these swivel headed ratchets. If you don't have one of these, you can get in there with a stubby wrench. It shouldn't be too tight. And then just work it back and forth. And there's my son. Alright, I didn't want to bore you with the reinstallation. I probably already bored you enough. But we got it all mounted back up. You really want to remember how your wires went. On my particular engine, the yellow wire with the red stripe goes on top. This other wire, black wire, is on the bottom. You got three here, and the one for your starter there. We're going to take our 7/16 or 11mm, and we're going to tighten these up. And then we're going to test it out. See if I diagnosed it right. Pretty sure I did. So we're going to go over and hook our battery back up. Make sure we don't get any sparks. And we'll hit the key, see what happens. Alright. You'll see the face I make when I get something right. This is it. We're going to be back on the water soon. Yeah, buddy. So we're going to put your relays. You want to remount these relays that came off of here. And you want to remount them back where they go. And put your cowling back on. That is why my 99 Mercury 30 horse would not start. That may not be your issue, but that's one way to look and one way to test to see if it is the problem that you are having. But you can also test your starter that way that I showed you about with the boost box to eliminate the starter and so on. So anyway, hope that helped you. So I'm going to put this back together and see you in a minute, maybe. Okay, so how the solenoid works is you have two contacts in here. In there, that's one to be your positive and one to be whatever you want to run. And you have a plunger. And you have a magnetic coil that when it's activated, you have a hot and a ground. When it's activated, it magnetizes the coil and pushes the plunger up, which in turn makes contact to those two posts. And it's what I suspected. If you can see down in there, the terminals are all corroded up. That happens with use. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. It's gonna happen. Something I was taught a long time ago that stuck with me, and I've tried to teach my boys, is if it's anything man-made, it's subject to failure. And this is man-made, so it's subject to failure. And the reason I spent 50 bucks on it is because it's a boat.